Well, the segregation didn't stop. It became an us versus them. It became those who were vaccinated and those who were not. I remember co-workers glued to the phone, watching the numbers, watching the COVID numbers, watching the numbers. What's going to happen? Look how bad it's getting. Look how bad it could get. What are we going to do? But, done as much as we could. We got those vaccines. But some people didn't. Some people didn't. I didn't. And I never had a problem with anybody that did. Although I know there were people who believed in that so much that they hated people who didn't. I know that for a fact, because I experienced that. Let me just say, after that survey, and on those times, well, I don't know if you remember, but if you got vaccinated, you got a card, you got a card that said that you were vaccinated. You got like a like a pass, like a pass. You got a card. It said you done good, kid. But at work, the people who didn't get the card, well, we got called into the office one by one, interrogated, asked the same questions of the survey. What can we do to persuade you to get the vaccine? And I remember being told, Chandra, I can't guarantee that you're gonna still have a job if you don't get vaccinated, because we fell under the threshold of, I think it was 150 employees at a company, something like that. I sat in that little hot fucking room with HR being told, hey, if you want to keep a job, you'll do as you're told. And we can't guarantee anything otherwise. And I walked out of there. And I did not comply. And I worked there for many years after that. But in the meantime, not long after that, I had to work with coworkers. I remember coworkers, even though we were all in masks, we really couldn't be around each other, but things were kind of lenient enough now where we could sort of interact, but only under certain guidelines. And I remember other coworkers, they would be just glued to the phone every day, looking at the numbers, the COVID numbers, looking at the numbers. What are the numbers? Fear. In a constant state of fear. Even these people who have had taken the vaccine and done everything they possibly could. Still in a constant state of fear and looking at numbers on a screen. And I remember telling this chick, I said, hey, let's just really appreciate the time that we have now, because at some point in time, we might not have this anymore. It was her and there were some other people around, and nobody said anything. Nobody knew what to say, and I said it with all sincerity and truth. And still, I think there's this belief that we had some sort of control. No. There was this knowing that we didn't have control over anything at all. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We didn't have control over anything at all. Fear. Fear makes people do some really crazy shit. Fear makes people really justify what they're doing. I hadn't thought about it like that.